Hello, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Minecraft Experience with me, your host, Jay. It is an absolute pleasure to be here with you, especially after the last episode. We snagged our elytra, so now we can fly as our heart's content, and it is fantastic. Anyways, welcome to our kind of newly decorated interior here. I kind of got rid of some of the floating lights that we had around here. Just placed some glow lighting in. We've got some nice candles and a little reception desk up here. I might put something in here. We'll see. But I also decided I didn't really know what to do back here, so I just kind of put some plants in with a nice little copper bulb up there. And eventually, I think we'll figure out a way to make this look even better. You know, this town hall has become quite messy so far, and while I do love like kind of having everything in here, things are starting to stack up. You know, our chests over here are starting to get really full. We're starting to run out of room, and we do need to have like a long-term storage system in this area and kind of get this room back to kind of its original purpose, not to be a sorting area, but to kind of be a spot that the town folk would be able to come around here and pick up some wood materials. And you know, it's meant to be like an early town hall. It would be multi-purpose. So, you know, we've got our library up here. We've kind of got like an entry area over here with, you know, I just like to imagine these people are all working. And then over here, we'll kind of have more of the same. So I think this area down here is the perfect spot for us to put like a long-term storage system. We get a couple chests kind of going down the line here as well as on this wall, and we're going to get a lot more room than what we have down in the basement. So let's start this episode off with a nice little time lapse of me building this. All right, guys, we have to have a word. It has been a month since I uploaded, but you'll notice we're playing in shaders. We've got full, strong FPS. I have upgraded the computer. I was mid-episode when I upgraded. I was stupid. I didn't think it was going to take how long it did. But look at this beautiful world. Oh, we love it. We love it so much. And the fact that I can get stable, large FPS while flying through the world and experiencing this, it's freaking awesome, you know? So, you know, we come over here, we fly to this beautiful boat that we've done. Still above 60. And I would like to tweak these settings more so that they're even less noticeable. I do like playing with shaders, but this is too much. So back to standard vanilla Minecraft. It's a little dim at times, but yeah. So I also recorded a ton of stuff here that was going to explain how this copper golem setup works, but unfortunately, with the computer switch, we got a little bit corrupted. So for whatever reason, my audio didn't transfer from my voice, and the only thing that we actually had was the audio that was from the game. Not sure what happened with that, but unfortunately, we did lose a lot of what the episode was planned for. This demotivated me to like not want to work on the video because I had just spent like 2 hours recording and designing this little system back here. But, you know, it is what it is. So I'm getting motivated again, and we're back. But, you know, it's kind of a basic design here. You can kind of see that the copper golems, they start at their designated copper chest, and they will go and check all 8 of these. I believe copper golems can check up to 10 chests without forgetting that they've entered it already. So they go through 8 here. And then he comes into this last one, and just that last one has a little hopper here that goes to the next one. You can see kind of down below that it does the same thing down there. I ended up having to put just this little trapdoor in here to block him from searching in this chest and doing like a catch-22. So that was fun to figure out. So we've got that going everywhere now. And when we come back out here, you might notice that there's a light on over in this corner. Well, what does that mean? That means that we have something in this barrel here that has not been sorted through the system. So we've actually got multiple items here. So this is basically a way for me to figure out like what needs to go where. So like lily pads, I guess that's kind of like kelp, or maybe, you know, we have sea pickles. It's really, I just kind of got to figure out where I want to put them. Maybe the flower chest would make sense. And the vines as well. I've just been kind of storing them up here because I have a feeling I'm going to get a lot of them. And the leads, that feels like maybe a mob drop sort of item, so I will put the leads where the feathers go. And you can see we've already filled back up. Okay, it's just snowballs, so those just haven't been sorted yet. You know, it takes a little bit. It lags the system, just a little behind. So for whatever reason, I've decided that today I want to build a little cactus farm. And the path that we have, excuse you, Mr. Cow, the path that we have just over here is kind of the plan for kind of where things are going to end up going. So, you know, the path is going to come kind of down this way, and then it's going to kind of ease just a little bit to the left and end up going out this way towards the sea. This is kind of like a good center point. So I want to do like a little, I'm calling it the Cactus textile building. It's, you know, it's going to be kind of our area that we end up putting, you know, a little cactus farm in. So like we're going to want to go underground, make sure we don't have anything over there. We got the bee farm over there, so that's not a big deal. But what I'm thinking is maybe just putting it right here, because I want to kind of reserve the middle of the zone to be more focused on the kind of housing areas. So like a lot of stuff over here, long-term plans are going to be like little houses and things. But I think like having another kind of shop over here and kind of have this eventually maybe turn into like a little busy district on the other side of the little fishing hut there, I think might end up looking kind of nice. So what I want to do is just kind of take back this a little bit. And I really don't want to change the environment too much. So what I'm going to do is just kind of put these down here and just kind of have it be nice and balanced like that. So I feel like this is probably enough room. I just kind of pushed it back just a little bit. And I've got this idea for this like cactus textile building. And the corners are going to have some granite stairs in them. And then on top of them, I want this little bit of glazed terracotta. So if I put this here, kind of something like that, I think that will end up looking really cool. You know, you have to kind of see the vision for the entirety of the space. And I think I want to bring them kind of just across like this. Is that too high? So I know I'm going to want to have kind of a secondary area. So we'll go like 1, 2. And then this is going to kind of be an entrance here. So then that's got to go 2 as well. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3. And we will fill the other side in. And then if we put these down like that, it's not like a perfect connection, but I think it will work for kind of what this building is meant to look like. Now maybe actually, do we put the stair this way instead? I don't love that. Maybe we do. And we kind of got the design that goes underneath it. Strip it? Yeah, let's strip it. That looks pretty nice. And we will get I think a little granite wall maybe. So if we put a little wall in here, and then below it, let's put those slabs again. And the granite walls are going to be something that I think I want to have kind of throughout the space here. It's kind of a little support pillar. Maybe these should be brick as well. That look nicer? I think that might look nicer. Now, I don't think I'm going to actually encase the whole thing in the granite walls, but I think if I put it down now, it'll kind of give me an idea of what I want it to look like at the end of the build, you know? So I'm thinking maybe we do like a little stair kind of going across the top like that. And this end one, we'll just have to go this way. Then if we throw these on here, we can kind of have this be at a lower... Oh, we actually don't want that, do we? Kind of do want this to stay higher so we can see those green bits. And are you really even building in Minecraft if you don't have this little setup right next to whatever you're building? Like, I feel like it's just always there. Okay, so that's kind of what I was envisioning for the bottom floor. Obviously, we've got a lot of little changes we need to do. So one thing I thought about, like the whole reason that I wanted to build this building was because I had this idea that we could put, you know, glazed terracotta kind of as like a building sign. And it would end up looking like really kind of cool in a way. And then just some of these kind of framing it in. And like, then we can like do maybe words on that somehow. I don't know. I just imagine like the word cactus being across that or something like that and putting like a little billboard. And then you would also get one kind of advertising like, hey, this is our little cactus shop. And when you're coming into it from, you know, over here, like that already looks really cool, you know? Okay, we put a few stairs in. It's looking a little bit one-dimensional from down here at least, but I think that's because we don't have this little bit in right here. Okay, so I've gone ahead and like added all of this in, and I do think it looks nice, but it's kind of like stagnant in the middle there. So I think I'm going to mirror kind of the doorway here and also put like a little roof pitch on in the middle here. Just to kind of add to it a little bit. I just wish I could have something go down the middle. Just something really tiny. And I do gotta say, from over here, it is looking quite good. I do think we need maybe like a little window in here. Does the bottom look okay there? Yeah, I think that actually looks perfect. And then right here, I know they're not weathered yet, but that'll just have to come in time. And I've got a door here that I think looks nice. And I've got my little copper lanterns. Oh, maybe we drag this out just a bit. Let's see, I did want to put a copper lantern here, but if that looks a little stupid, I won't keep those in there. See, that comes out just a little bit too far. But maybe we can do something like this because, you know, this is like a balcony. So do we want to be a little safe? I don't think we need to have OSHA worrying about us here. Put a couple copper lanterns on here. I could do like a bar coming off this. No, that doesn't work. I don't know why I thought it would connect. It obviously is not going to. I think we just kind of leave it like that. That looks okay, I think. Yeah, that should age nicely. Especially when those are really dim. I think that'll look really good. And we're obviously going to want things to look good from both sides. So I'm thinking of just cutting out like 2 small windows, like one here and one here. Or actually maybe just doing like a little chimney here. That would help break it up a little bit, right? You know, chimneys are kind of the solution to everything at all times. And then I don't just want to do like spruce trapdoors, because that is done pretty similarly throughout my entire base. So I think I mostly want to, you know, you got those there. We've got a bigger one there. Actually, I don't think those are the only two. But I was wondering, like, maybe these would look okay? Kind of with the color palette that we're going with. I mean, does that look... I almost think I need it to not be skinny because it kind of looks goofy going skinny, tall, skinny. So if I go back to kind of do something like that. I think that actually looks pretty solid. Brought the white over just in case, but the white's got just a little bit of pink in it, and I don't think that will look very good. All right, I snagged some blocks, and I think like a mud slab and andesite, or sorry, granite floor will be nice. Now I do want it to be mostly mud bricks, so I am going to go like a 4-to-1 ratio here and just kind of scatter these in here. And I think that looks okay. It does... I mean, it's mostly going to be covered in here, so I'm really not that worried about it, you know. I'm worrying a lot about it, but I really don't need to be. So with this entire little build set up here, I've got some materials here to just kind of build our basic format house that what we're looking at here. And in order to do that, I'm going to want to build a certain like platform towards the bottom. So I'm not sure exactly what size I need, so let's do a quick test. So I got a couple buckets here, and I'm pretty sure now you can see kind of the point of what that is. So if I put a water here, and I were to put a water on the other side, that should leave one block in the middle. And then if we kind of put these on the outskirts, we'll be able to have a hole right here that's going to entirely encompass this. So we're going to want to do a bunch of layers of this, and this is kind of going to be our maximum size. And then I think what I'll have it do is kind of just go down, you know, one side towards the end. It's a little big, it's a little excessive, but hey, that's part of the fun. So let's start building this right now. Okay, fantastic. We dug a hole. Now we must fill this hole in. I've got some materials here. We got our spruce slabs, we got our cactuses, and we got some jungle fence. I don't really care about the wood per se, but we know for sure, bottom layer here is going to be water. And we can have water underneath the slabs. So kind of what we want to work with here, you know, we're going to need to have a cactus there. And then we will run our cactus across and get rid of every other. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is a lot of cactus. Do I actually need this much? I don't even have the rows filled in yet, and this is taking forever, which I did kind of expect, but now I'm thinking like maybe we do a cactus and sugarcane and whatchamacallit, bamboo farm all kind of within this chunk. I think that might be a best solution because I don't want to be here for the next 20 years doing this. And I really just don't think I'm going to need this much. Like, I'm already getting decent rates with only one row, and we've got 1, 2, 3 rows made. So I think I'm going to put a cap on this and then put ourselves in some sugarcane. So let's go collect some materials and make that slight change. All right, so we got one layer of our sugarcane in down here. And if we take a quick look at it, you'll notice we've got a little observer right here. That's actually what's going to fire this here. So how this works is kind of the standard little etho hopper. So if I just kind of hop in right here, you can kind of see we've got the piston and the redstone block. It's kind of hard to see based on, I've encased it completely, but you can see we are just about ready to fire here. I don't know if I can reach this. Okay, yeah, let's just pull this out. You can see when that etho kind of came all the way up there, it ended up switching on that. So that's the good news. I think I might have taken a little bit too many out. I'm just gonna do that. I think I only needed to take 2 out, but there we go. So I do think we can fit another layer on this just fine. I'm not sure if I want to do that, because I do think maybe I will put another farm on top of this, maybe a bamboo farm. Right now we're getting plenty of bamboo from our kind of original not great farm that we have there, kind of located in the floor over here. But this gives us a good amount of stuff. So right now I do currently just have it kind of coming through this, and that's another reason why we might not put another farm on top, because I want to be able to put an item sorter, maybe an auto crafter for rockets, but right now I just kind of have it going to the side of the building over here just temporarily. And then you can see over here we've kind of accumulated plenty of items here that we've got to go throw into our storage system, but it's nice that we actually have that capability to do now. So I'm going to fill this back in, and then we are going to work actually on the interior. I know we said we were going to do that a little bit ago, but let's get this filled in. All right, we are all finished here, and I am a big fan. We named our little shop here the Cactus Ridge Weaving Company, and it fits very nicely on the front of the building, and I just kind of put Cactus Ridge over here, using a mod that I have linked down below. I believe it is called Big Sign. I'll throw a photo up here of the mod, but it's really helpful because you can open it up and you've got all these different fonts located within it, and yeah, it's nice to type in there. But one thing I wanted to add was a little bit of glow ink and a little bit of lime dye. I think this will look really good and it will really pop. Ho ho ho! That's nice. I'm a fan of that. Let's also put it on this one. Wow, yeah. No, that really brings it to life. We also got some cactus banners hung up here just to kind of make it look a little festive. We've got a cactus growing in front of one of our banners. Maybe we'll move that, but for now it looks okay. And then on the inside of the shop, you can see we've just kind of lined it with some cactus, a little bit of dye, some pots, and some sugar cane located throughout. Kind of got like our typical like front checkout area. And what I'd like to do actually is maybe put like a copper chest over here and kind of have a guy that just walks back and forth. I think he'll jump over this though, which I won't love, so maybe I'll put it over here or something. But yeah, this is kind of our basic design. I did decide to put a staircase in to get to the second floor. There's nothing up here just yet, but maybe I'll put something up here at some point. Right now, it's really just kind of an aesthetic thing to make sure that it's functional. But yeah, this is a really nice building that I had a lot of fun kind of creating. But really, that's all the time that I have for you today. Thank you for watching my episode and kind of giving me a little bit of time to get this recorded. But hopefully we are back and the computer will be able to stay up. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.